I'm seeing, okay, so I guess some backstory here. So my Arcturian self is on the Galactic Federation of Light, and she worked on the Council of Timelines, and she was kind of like a messenger in between the Galactic Federation and the Galactic High Council. Well, once Earth like really anchored in this higher timeline, she left so that she could start rebuilding and recoding Lyra and Vega. Because we're gonna rebuild Lyra and Vega in the galaxy to make it like the galactic center of the galaxy as the Milky Way and the Andromedan galaxy start to merge together. But I talk all about that in one of my other videos. But so the I guess what happened to me the other day is Q and like the Galactic High Council came to me, and they were like, "You're gonna take a Q's place on the Galactic Federation," and I was like, "All right." And so what she does, she told me she was on the Council of Timelines, but I never really like got more detail about what she did. Like I know that she watched the timelines very specifically. She would monitor like the frequency of the planet, the specific timelines that the collective consciousness was anchoring into, and basically like all of the infinite possible timelines. And then if she saw like any distortions around the timelines, she would go in and like rewrite the coding. So that's like what she's teaching me right now, is how to find like distortions in the collective timeline and then recode it. So what they're showing me, it's like, I guess their message today from the Galactic Federation is it's like I see one really super dark timeline and I see one really bright light timeline. The dichotomy, or like it's really starting, these timelines are really starting to split apart for the collective. And I think I think that they are answering a question that I had, because I've seen this a lot lately. People talk about like this split that is happening among the collective consciousness. Like we have the people that really want to work on themselves, the people that are ready to live in love, the people that are so excited to evolve Earth, evolve the consciousness of the planet. And then we have the people that are okay with the way things are. They're okay with like the system that they're in. It's like the movie of the Matrix, where it's like some people are really okay being in the Matrix. And so they're just like really showing me this timeline split right now.
So as the timelines are more polarized, right, between the differences that they're at, is there at some point when you're not able to access the different timeline? Like, are they going to be so polarized? Because I know we quantum shift like moment to moment, but is there going to be a moment where we can't quantum shift back to that older timeline or that lower timeline or higher timeline? Like once the decision's been kind of made and you're on your road, like you can't hop over to the other highway kind of thing.
So it's more like you can say you decide to stick with like that negative 3D timeline, that's completely fine. But then when you come to reincarnate, you would just reincarnate on like a different 3D planet, like a planet like Nibiru or something. Because Earth soon, like that 3D version of Earth isn't even going to exist. So like right now we're in like that in between time where there are like these two splits, and there will be like a small period of time once the split happens where like you still like, say if you were on the 3D timeline, you could still make like drastic changes to shift to 5D, even though that's not really, that isn't as likely. But this is like the time to really choose what you want. And if you want to take that 3D path, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, it's time to really know what you want and just set the intention for your life. And we have to, I think, as spiritual people, or just people that do a lot of inner healing work, I think sometimes it's really hard to accept that there are people that are happy to live the 3D reality, to like live and stay in the matrix. So it's just learning to like open our hearts in a compassionate way and just understanding that everyone's on their own journey.
Right. Understandable. And, I think that I can understand why the 3D journey is one that people are just okay with. I can understand why you don't want to wake up during this time and have understanding for that. It's, and then just like, tell me when it's all over kind of thing. But as far as the distortions, like what causes a distortion on the timeline?
So I guess I'll just like tell a story because I mean, YouTube pretty much knows my life anyways. So okay, so I am here to heal like a lot of the trauma from the Anunnaki. So I found out that my ancestors are very, they weren't just like, my ancestors in Ireland, they weren't just like affected by the Anunnaki. They were like terrorized by the Nephilim, the ones that were like inbreeding with humans and basically like giants that were terrorizing people. And I'm here to heal all of that because I helped make the contracts to allow the Anunnaki into the Galactic Federation. So it was kind of like, if they're going to come into the Galactic Federation, then the Galactic Federation is going to come and help and heal all of this trauma that is caused on Earth. So when I discovered that I'm carrying like onto all this darkness, it was really, it was kind of overwhelming at first, but then Mary Magdalene, she was actually a part of an Anunnaki bloodline and she was here to heal this as well. So Mary Magdalene helped me like put it into a box and put it away for later. And then I felt a lot better. And so the other day I was like, okay, I'm ready to work with it again. Like, let's bring out the darkness. Let's see what we could heal today. And Kali, the like Hindu god Kali, came to me and she like turned this darkness into a lion, like a black lion. And it has like, we became friends. And it's like turned into my protector, and now I can like heal that energy when I'm ready to heal it. But it's like, I can also integrate this darkness and use it to protect me and become friends with my shadows and the shadows of the collective. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So since I took this Anunnaki energy out of this box, I've been working on like integrating these emotions because they're super powerful. So last couple of days I have been a little angry, just like not like sitting in anger because I understand how to like honor my emotions pretty well. But okay, so I was working timelines. Like Aki was teaching me how to work these timelines. And when we look for distortions in the timelines, it's like things, I'm trying to say this without going down like the conspiracy theory rabbit hole. So like it's things that I guess the opposition are doing that do not want us to go into this fifth dimension. So I'm like, I look for kind of like all the hacks that they're trying to make. So it's like, so I found a distortion. So this is kind of like how they slow down the timelines. So Earth should already have been way past the ascension, but we have these other beings that don't want the ascension, right? So they do things to try and distort and slow down the timelines. So that's what I'm watching for. And then it's like I can go in and write new coding for the Matrix and like kind of like take out the bugs. I know like this sounds like weird, but so the other day, like the first time ever doing this, I found like my first distorted timeline and I got so angry because I just like I knew what they were doing and I got so like it felt like the cat claws came out. Like I don't know if I felt that angry ever before in my entire life. Like and then I just had this like crazy vision of me being like this shit is fucking over. Like, we're not gonna allow this anymore. This is crazy. And my Arcturian guide had to like come in and calm me down and be like, darling, you will learn how to fall in love with all of it. Like, we have to learn how to fall in love with all of it because if we act angry, then it's just gonna feed into their energy or it's just going to slow down and distort the timelines even more. So it's like, how can we take this distortion and create something and transmute it into something positive? So yeah, that was pretty interesting yesterday.
Wow. And I feel like I was productive yesterday, but now I going on. What else can you guys tell us right now? What kind of message do they have for us about what they want us to understand and learn today?
So they're saying that it's really important to integrate and work with your shadow and to love your darkness. Like we all have darkness and we all have to integrate the dark with the light for our transcendence. So we have to stay in balance. If we just sit in our light and pretend that absolutely everything is the best it's ever been, then we won't evolve. Or at some point that darkness is going to raise to the surface and we won't be ready for it. So the goal of healing and the process of healing is working with your shadows and staying in a neutral balance to create from. It's like, how can I use my darkness for my best transcendence? And then it's like we can get comfortable and love these shadow aspects of ourselves and use it for to be powerful. Or my guides like always say you're passionate for unconditional love. So just learning to transmute your darkness to become like the most powerful, beautiful being that you can, and really honoring all emotions. So since we have these like these dark aspects of ourselves, and since most of us are here to heal some pretty, not just heal ourselves, but to heal ancestral trauma as well. We just have to learn to love all aspects of this. We have to fall in love with the entire process because the process that the earth is going through right now at this moment is unlike anything around the entire universe. And we just need to fall in love that we're here. We need to fall in love with all of it and just be so happy that we're part of this beautiful transition.
I love that. I think that for one, yes, I agree 100%. And when it's good, it's good. But when it's hard to be back to that exact message and to be realigned with that message. So what kind of tips or pointers can you give us that when we're kind of out of sorts, what kind of work can we do, or what kind of suggestions do you have for us to come back to that place of love and gratitude and in the lesson? Like what kind of things can we do?
Yeah, this is especially hard. Like, it's one thing if we have like 1 or 2 bad days, but sometimes we do get into these ruts where it's been like a week, right? Where it just feels impossible to get out of no matter what we do, especially if we go deep and do our like really deep healing work. So the best thing to do is just honor and love your body, see what it's asking you for, like just really connect in with your body and ask, what do you need from me? I love you so much. And then just doing things that bring your heart joy, just connecting in with your inner child, just asking your inner child, like, what do you want to do today that would make us so happy? Like, do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to watch a cartoon that you used to love when you were a child? And then it also, your guides are always so happy to help you. So you can go into meditation and just ask them to send you so much love. And they will always send you love, and you will feel the love. And it's so beautiful that you even have that. We all have so much support around us. And that's our main message today is sometimes as a light worker or a star seed, it feels really lonely. But we just want you to know that you have so many beings around you that are happy to help you. All you have to do is just reach out to them.
I love that. And I love you guys for being there for us. And, you know, what suggestion do you have for people who meditate that can't see visuals or can't really connect in too much? Like, are some people not supposed to connect in? Like, what do we need to know about that?
So everyone came into this life with their own spiritual abilities. So, but you also have free will and you are the co-creator of your reality, especially once you become consciously aware that you are the co-creator. So if you wanted to increase your clairvoyance, what you would do is at nighttime just picture kind of like a knob or a switch, and you're just turning up that knob every single night and just say, more clairvoyance, please. I want to see. I want to see. Show me more. Show me more. Because we all have that ability. It's a very, very few where that ability isn't really, they didn't come into this life with that ability, but that's something completely different. But if there is like any kind of spiritual ability that you want to increase, just picture the knob and turn it up. And then at nighttime, just like visualize yourself, like visualize a field in front of you. What would this field look like? These are all muscles in our brain that we weren't really taught how to use them as a child. So it's like doing push-ups. So you have to practice visualizing and you'll become more visual. But and then there's also things like there's other things like speaking telepathically. To increase that, we suggest you meditate because you'll have to still your mind completely to become very telepathic. Yeah, there's really any way to increase spiritual abilities, but it's all muscles that have not been used in your reality up until your spiritual awakening, most likely.
Now, I've seen, like through Beyond Quantum Healing sessions that we can go into those capabilities, and I've seen people just like be able to channel right after, like their capabilities. Um, are there different energy healing modalities that can assist with that too?
So, what do you mean? Like
Like this,
channeling?
does like BQH, does Reiki, does like all these energy healing modalities, can they help speed up the process of being able to connect to those capabilities as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because what you're doing is you're working through the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the most powerful tool that creates our reality. So when we enter our subconscious mind, then we're able to access all of this information. We're able to turn on all of our abilities. We're able to just work in a completely different way than we would be able to if we went through the conscious mind. Also, QHHT and BQH and things like that, it turns you into a very open channel because there's a lot of frequency healing that happens. Rather, it's through like a past life. You see a past life or like a story for healing because that's healing a trauma that's stored inside of the body. So once you heal that trauma, it's going to open your channel to this higher information. Or if you do like energy healing, like Reiki and things like that, that's going to open and balance your chakras, helping you pretty much in every way of your life. So it will like help with your spiritual abilities. It will help with get the energy flowing through your body. It will help keep you in balance. All these modalities are incredible at this time.
I love that. And since you're there with the Galactic Federation of Light, I would have asked them, like, where are we at? How are we doing on our ascension to the fifth dimension?
So we have anchored in the one of the higher timelines, at least the highest timeline that the Earth has been on so far. So for a while, the way that I would see it is it was kind of like the Earth kept shifting, where the Earth didn't know if it wanted to go down a darker path or a lighter path as the collective. It looked like it was kind of like a bouncy ball. But we have anchored in finally that higher timeline, and it is so beautiful. And so we have we're more on a fast track to the ascension process. This is why this is incredible news. We are so happy for this. But this is why we always just remind you to take care of yourself, because there's still a lot of density that has to be released before we make the full transition. But it is happening. It will be so beautiful. We're so excited for the newest children coming in. It's just such an incredible time to be on this planet. So just play, love fully, and just embrace what happens, because you guys are going to have experiences in your lifetime that no one has ever experienced on any other planet. Like this lifetime specifically, you will see the largest jump in a species evolution than on any other planet. And it is going to be so incredible. And we are all here for you guys, cheering you on. And we all have aspects of ourself on Earth that are here to help you in this transcendence. You are not going through this alone. We are going through this with you. And that is also what is making Earth such a beautiful experience. Like most star seeds, they have been going through, like, I don't want to say most, but star seeds are extremely old souls. And a theme lately has been worthiness. And it is because sometimes you see past lives where it seems like, so I had a client where she saw herself as like a king in Egypt, and you could just tell that she did not feel worthy of that at all. And yes, like if you see a past life, you have to use your discernment of if that was actually your past life or not, because we all tap into this collective past life. But at the same time, we just want to tell you all that you are such old souls, that you have lived more beautiful, incredible experiences than you have ever imagined. Most of you are connected to or have worked with ascended masters. All of you are just so incredible and so beautiful, and you volunteered to be here. And together, we are just going to make such a beautiful, incredible transition into the next phase of Earth.
I love that. I love that. I feel like that was the message today, but is there anything else that we can explore or that you want to share with us?
That is all for today.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us today. We love you guys.